What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Phil and I make content using my iPhone. And it's been a while since I posted here and I do apologize. I've been working on different projects and I just haven't unfortunately had a lot of time to work on these projects that I really enjoy because it allows me to deep dive into a lot of the tools and things that I have that really help me through my day-to-day when it comes to the videography. And so if you're, like I said, you're new here, the last series of videos that I posted was about LumaFusion. And the reason why I had done that because I thought it would be really cool. I had just gotten a new M1 Mac Mini. And so I thought it was really awesome to be able to use an app like LumaFusion that I have done all of my editing for the last couple years, and to be able to translate that to the computer I thought was a really cool idea. And so now we're gonna get into the series of videos for the next project, which is going to be around Filmic Pro. If you are new to mobile filmmaking or maybe you're seasoned or you're kind of looking for different tools or apps to help you shoot better content using your phone, then Filmic Pro, I'm sure you've heard about it already. It is a great tool and I've used it for the last couple years. I started a video production company doing stuff and creating content for companies using my phone alone. And I did that all on Filmic Pro. And so if you are interested in Filmic Pro, or like I said, you're a beginner and you're kind of figuring out how to do it to the best of your ability, you know, we're going to deep dive in a series of videos through Filmic Pro. We're going to talk about the layouts. We're going to talk about the picture profiles, the color temperatures. You know, we're going to talk about sound. We're going to talk about shutter speed, ISO. You know, if you like videos that go into the weeds, we are going to go into the weeds. We are going to take that app apart because I really feel like if you are a mobile filmmaker nowadays, and like I said, or if you're new to it or you're getting started, you want to be able to control as much as you can when it comes to your phone. If you're using the native app, you don't really have that much controls. Everything is baked into the cake when it comes to using the native. So being able to use something like Filmic Pro is awesome because you're going to be able to dial in ISO, shutter. You know, we're going to be able to talk about the different picture profiles. That is not stuff that you get using the native iPhone alone. So I'm super excited for these videos. I hope you guys really enjoy them. You know, if you have any feedback or if you want to see specific stuff when it comes to the app or just in general, you know, leave it in the comments below. I really appreciate the conversations we had and all of the positive feedback that you guys have given me through the course of the time that I've created this channel. But let's get right into it. I'm super excited and we're gonna go. Vamos lá! So for this first video, we are really just going to go through the layout of Filmic Pro and just so you get familiar where everything is. And then as the videos progress and we go forward, we are going to deep dive into those sections to really allow you to understand the true potential of what this app does for the price that it does. If I'm not mistaken, LumaFusion, I keep saying LumaFusion. I guess it's because of the other video. But Filmic Pro runs, I believe, $14.99 for the app. And then you can get a bundle kit for $19.99, which gives you the ability to use your iPad as an external monitor that allows you to control all of the settings that come on the phone. So once again, I bought the package of $19.99. I don't have an iPad, but if I ever had one, you know, I really wanted to have that since I believe if you buy both of them together, it's like 24 bucks. So from here, what we can see is going to be the outline of the app. From right to left, you have your record button first, then followed right next to it, you have your play, all of the videos that you have. right? So you could scroll through here, and then that would give you every single video that you have recorded, and it does it inside of the app, you know, if you want to use that option. Now, it does actually have a feature that if you want, after you're done recording, you can save directly to your phone. I leave everything in my app just because I just like it there, and then I can just pull it as I need it. So you have your settings button. This essentially is going to give you the layout of all the tools that you have available. You have your resolution here, your frame rate, your audio, your device, how you want to save it, you know, your presets. This allows you to create presets for Filmic Pro. What I've done in the past is I'll do, because I shoot everything in 4K, I will have a preset for 4K at 24, 1080 at 120, and then 1080 at 240, right? So those are just presets I have. You can create whatever presets you want, but it does give you that feature. When you go into your resolution, you're going to have the different crop styles. So for example, 16:9, 17:9, 3:2, 1:2. You got anamorphic in there also, which allows you to take it into like DaVinci or Final Cut Pro and de-squeeze it. So it already has that capability in your phone right here. The overlay is going to give you the frame of the quality. So for example, 4K, and you can go 3K, 2K, HD, 1080. So that's going to be determined based on you. And then the file, you have Filmic Extreme, Filmic Quality, Apple Standard, Economy, you know, on so on and so forth. I like to record everything at Extreme. I want to get in as much information as possible when it comes to recording. And then you have your bitrate, you know, so the iPhone records at 10-bit now, the iPhone 12. You know, so prior to that, you had different ones, right? So you had 8-bit, which is what it used to record on the older phones. So if you have an older phone, you're not going to have the 10-bit capability, but it does 8-bit. And then also on the new phones, it does have Adobe Vision right there. Okay. And then you got your frame rates, 24, 25, and 30. You see everything else is not highlighted. That means at 4K, the best that I can possibly do is going to be 24 at, or 25 or 30. The 30 is the highest that I'll be able to record on 4K. So if I were to, for example, so yeah, so I'll leave it at that because I will go through all of the frame rates and things like that in the other video. And we talked about resolution already. CMS, this allows you to time code if you want, or content manager if you want to create. So for example, tracks. So cut 1, cut 2, cut 3. Every video will have like a designated number to it, and you can even create a name for that. So if you're doing a wedding, whatever it may be, or you're shooting a commercial, you can, for example, put the name of the person, you know, or the video, and then it's going to keep that name, and then just take 1, take 2, take 3, etc. Hardware. So one of the things that I love about Filmic Pro is that it actually is compatible with gimbals. For me, when I record with my phone, I have a gimbal Osmos, and they have a couple different ones here. They have the smooth, and then a couple other options. And then right here in the app, you have your anamorphic adapters. So if you're using anamorphic lenses, you can actually go ahead and click that, and it will give you what that final end product is going to look like. I don't have an anamorphic lens, so never really got into that, but it does have those features right there. So, and then also another cool thing here is the clean HDMI out. So for example, Filmic Pro actually put this out a little bit ago that gave you the ability to just have a clean HDMI feed. So if you're using something like an ATM, right, or AMT, I think I forgot what it was called, but I'll throw a picture of it up here. It would actually allow you to just have a clean recording that you can put into like a switcher or things like that. Or if you want to have an external monitor, you know, that's going to give you the ability right from your phone. So like I said, that's just crazy having those type of abilities. And then if you have the Filmic Sync, you know, you can log in here. I don't have that. I don't really know too much about that because I've never really used it. So you can use to have the stabilization to bring it in a little bit more. What's gonna do, it's essentially gonna crop it in a little bit more and help out that. And then your different cameras, you have, and these we'll look at those settings also, but you can see them here. If you go into the setting tabs, you have ultra wide, wide, tele, and then the selfie, and then double take also. So this right here, the when they say torch, that's gonna be your light. So if you wanna actually use the camera's light, you can use that when you're recording. I don't actually use that because I have my own lights, as you can see here. And then you have your grids. I use grids for everything. Even doing it, you know, the time period that I've been doing it, I found that it's always helpful to be able to frame. So I use, like I said, the guides right here on there. You're always gonna see that whenever I'm recording because I just find it easier for me to do it that way, to be able to get my subject aligned to where I want them, you know, based on the the rules of the thirds, right? So now that we've gone through all of that, and once again, the next one is going to be your different focal lengths. When it comes to your camera, you can do ultra wide, which is what we got. Then we have, there you go, you have your wide, and then you have your tel, and then you're gonna have the first one, which is gonna be your selfie mode. If you wanna record using that, just keep in mind it's not gonna be in 4K because that front camera is not 4K, right? So now you're gonna go into your section in the center here. The first one is gonna be your battery. You can see mine is at yellow right now, it's halfway. So those colors are gonna change as the battery gets drained. Obviously red is in not the best, you're gonna run out of battery, right? And then right under that, you have the little circle. As you can see, I have plenty of space on my phone. So that's gonna stay green, yellow, and then red as you're running out of space. And when you do run out of space, the app will just say there's no more space. It's gonna stop recording. So at that point, you'll have to unload from there. So moving on right here, you have your volume control right here. You have your time code, right, for your video. If I start recording, that time code is going to start playing. And so if I were to, you know, just start recording right now, as you're gonna see, my time has started, right? So then you have 24 frames and then 4K right there. So that gives you what the first menu on that. If I click through it, you're gonna have your histogram. You're gonna have an RGB histogram. You're gonna have your waveforms, and that's pretty much it. And we're gonna go really diving deep into those so we can make sure that we have everything properly exposed as we continue to go through these videos right here. So the next option, as we continue to move left, is gonna be some features right here. You have your zebras. So the zebras are gonna indicate red as overexposed, red as underexposed. And then same thing, these are your clipping. Red is overexposed, and then red is underexposed. Then after the clippings, you're gonna have your false colors, and then your focal points. So those are those features, and once again, we're gonna go into those features as we continue to dive into the app. So if I click that, those will go away, and then I will go back to what I was seeing here. Then your next one is going to be On the right, your zoom and your focus. So if I want, I can go ahead and I can start focusing into the app, and then, so right there. And then if I want to hit focus, I can do that also. And then here, you're going to have your shutter speed and your ISO. Typically, you know, the rule of thumb is always going to be you want your ISO to be double whatever your frame is. So since I'm shooting at 24, it would be 50. It does 24. If I go ahead and I click on that, it turns red. That means I've locked in. And then I'm able to now start my ISO, right? Me also at the same time, I like to record at the lowest ISO to be able to reduce the maximum amount of noise in the video. Okay, so that's that. And then the next one is going to be the colors, right? So you do have the ability to have, you know, different Kelvin temperatures already preset. So you have daylight right here, and then a couple different options right here. Depending on if you want to just a run and gun and just kind of use those, you can have that. And then you have A and B. So for example, you can create presets of color temperatures and just save them as A and B. So you can always come back to them, and then you can always just hit auto white balance. And then the app is going to go ahead and do a good job on being able to figure out what's the best color temperature for you. And you can do it that way too. It gives you the color temperature right there, and then it gives you the tint. The next one is going to be the different picture profiles that you have available. They have natural, linear, HLG, and log V3, and we'll go into those and really dive into how cool those are. And then you have the same ability with shadows and highlights. If you want to adjust something, it's going to tell you how much you've adjusted it or how much you've reduced it to help. And then you'll have your saturations and your vibrance that you can actually dial in right here if you want to do that. For me, for example, so also here, if I hit the little refresh, it's going to just bring everything back to 0. Me personally, and once again, we'll dive into this as we go through these videos. I film everything in log V, and we'll go, like I said, we'll dive in the weeds to that kind of stuff. And then your last thing is going to be your level bar. As you can see, I'm recording here with the phone also, and so it allows you to really dial in whatever you want. So if going back to that little track that I told you, if I don't want a specific volume, if I want it low, I can just record it here. If I want it, you know, to get around somewhere here, you know, it's going to allow me to make those minute adjustments. And then you're gonna see on the top where it talks about the range, green, yellow, and then red. Hello! So as you can see right there. But that's gonna really give us the layout of the app. You'll have some information here on the right corner about your color temperature. So you don't have to keep coming into here. To these RGB color balls right here. You can just get that information right there. As you can see, 4301, and then it's going to be 4301 also. But that's going to conclude this first video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And like I said, we're going to really start diving into the features and really start unlocking and understanding this app and really taking advantage of its full potential. So, but that's about it, guys. That's going to wrap it up. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.